What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are at Tru Automotive. The beadlock rings for the RRW wheels should be going on today. Worst case scenario, I have to run home because I should have some longer hardware coming in for them, but they're going to try and get them on with the hardware that I currently have. Yeah, I'm super stoked to get these beadlock rings on. Let's go check them out. So what we're having to do to get the bead of the tire to sit on the wheel correctly is get the bead on the wheel where we want it, and then use a bolt and a couple washers to hold the bead in place. Work our way around, go to the next spot. We'll go around, go to the next spot, and once the bead is set on the wheel, we'll remove these bolts and washers, put the spacer on, and then we'll show you how to do the actual bolt pattern for the beadlock itself. So here's a better look at that spacer we're on top of the wheel in between the actual beadlock. So that's what you guys will need if you have a tire with a thicker bead like this one. Once you have that spacer all lined up with the holes, you can drop your beadlock ring on and start putting bolts on a couple threads. Once we've got all the bolts on with a couple threads on there, we'll have Billy kind of show you guys what you want to do as far as like star patterns, what you want to torque to, and that kind of stuff.
Alright, so once you have all these bolts started by hand, you're going to want to torque them to 7 foot-pounds and go in a crossing pattern. So start here and go across from you all the way around until every single one of these is at 7. And then after that you go to 14, that's the final spec, and do same deal, cross all to 14, then go around in a circle, make sure they're all at 14, fill up the tire. Then I personally like to check it again and then balance it.
Sweet. And then once you guys do that, make sure to use the soapy water to go around the beadlock ring itself to make sure you don't have any leaks anywhere, so you know to adjust anything before you throw them on the truck. So if you guys are running the same setup that I'm running with the RR7 hybrids with the Tru beadlock ring and the Yokohama 35s, they have a thick bead on the tire. So what you'll have to do is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a small little spacer in between the beadlock and the wheel there. That helps us get the metal to metal contact to actually secure the bead and make sure it's fully tight. Otherwise you'd have, I think we had like a 1/16 of an inch gap before we put that spacer on, so this thing actually made it perfect. If you guys want to run the same setup, you're gonna have to do the exact same thing. Wheel number 3 is almost done. He's gonna take it to 7 foot-pounds all the way around, and then 14, and then we'll check and see if it holds air, if there's any bubbles. Make sure when you guys are doing these bolts though, you're putting anti-seize on every single one of them, because you don't want to thread these too fast inside the wheel and then they get hot and get seized up in there. Yeah, so just use the anti-seize, save yourself a headache. But they look so good. All right, so we've got everything to 14 foot-pounds of torque. Now we're just gonna spray some soapy water around all the bolts on the edges here in the tire to make sure that there's not any air getting out. All you're gonna look for here are bubbles. I see no bubbles. Looks like we're good. So we did rebalance the wheel and tire with the beadlock on there, but we're only at 2.5 ounces of weight, so that is dialed. Some people have to run up to 16 ounces of weights just to get it balanced, but these RRWs balanced up nice with the Yokohamas. Oh man, I cannot tell you guys how stoked I am with how this looks. Tru Automotive, you guys knocked it out of the park. Thank you so much. Sheesh. Well, there it is. I am super happy with the RRW R7Hs with this beadlock and hardware combo. I'll get a full side shot of the whole truck for you guys here in a second. All right, there it is. Relations race wheels, RR7Hs. So they're the hybrid with the Tru beadlock. I went bare with the gold hardware. Shout out to these guys, Tru Automotive. You guys absolutely killed it. Awesome people that work here. Billy, you knocked it out of the freaking park, my guy. Austin, thanks for taking the time to get these done for me. Man, I just absolutely love these things. I can't wait to get these things down to like 6 or 8 PSI in Moab. Man, it looks so good. Woo! All right, that's how the truck now sits and looks. After about 100 miles, I will torque all the bolts back down to 14 foot-pounds again, just to double check everything. Again, if you guys are in Denver and need some stuff like this done, check out Tru Automotive. They absolutely killed it. Customer service was amazing the entire time through. Again, Billy, you're the guy. And yeah, I can't say enough good things. These things look killer. Anyway, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon for some more installs. Probably do some product reviews here shortly. And then obviously Moab's coming up in about a month, and there's gonna be a lot of footage from there. Until next time, guys, peace.